the Soul Project Show, a candid conversation with real people about their real life who's doing real things. We're going to journey and take a walk in their shoes as they share their life experiences. So join me every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Instagram Live. It's going down.
Yo, what's up, people? It's your man Ty, and it's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, but today it's Election Tuesday. So I hope everybody went out there and voted, made your selection on who you wanted to, who you want to run the country for the next 4 years. Hey, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, continue to pray and allow God to lead you and cover your home and your family and friends and those down there into your heart. That's the only way we're going to get through all of this, to be honest. So if you're worried about your next president, don't be, because God got us. We're good, people. We're in good hands. As long as the Lord is the head of your life, you're good. So with that, welcome to the show, Soul Project Show. We special guests. We have Ashley Shields, basketball legend, hoop legend, probably one of the coldest female basketball players I've seen. So I'm excited about this one. She's real cool, super dope. Shout out to all the sponsors: Fade Dog Barbershop, Handles and Buckets, J Sports Performance, Books and Ball, the Fleet Company, Jessica Kern Foundation, Teelan Athletics, NCRC. Salute to everybody who just rocks with the O.L.L.I brand. Don't forget, O.L.L.Iism is still available on the website, OllilifeYouthProgram.org. You can pick it up on Amazon Books, Apple Books. Hey, go out and support. So let's go ahead and get this started. I see she's done tapped in. We're going to get it going so we can get everybody back. I know everybody want to be glued to the TV. Tonight's a very important night. We do understand that. But let's get it rocking and rolling. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to check in with me
day.
and the Soul Project Show. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Let me first start off by saying, I am a big fan. And that's crazy because I watched you when you was in high school and everything. Well, just go ahead and introduce yourself for everybody so we can get started. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ashley Shields. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. WNBA champion, one of the first females out of Memphis to get drafted into the WNBA out of junior college. Graduated from Melrose High School, and I got drafted from Southwest Tennessee Community College. And I am Ashley Shields.
So let's talk about that. Like, that is an amazing accomplishment right there. Like, to be the first women's basketball player to ever get drafted out of junior college, and you was like the 8th pick in the draft. So,
Correct.
Like, how was you feeling? What was that leading up to that moment of being drafted? What was it like for you?
First, it was a unexpected moment. I was certainly speechless. Really didn't know my life was about to change right then and there within a blink of an eye. So, basically just, being in a draft and getting that opportunity, it was just, mind blowing. And, I was grateful and thankful for it, but definitely didn't have no time to just kind of be stuck or, just be in awe about it. Just definitely had to get with the program really quick because everything happened so fast. So it was a definitely a great moment for me, and a moment that I would never forget. So for me, it was the best moment ever.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit. What age did you really just say like I'm really cold at basketball. Like I can hoop. So I want to take this serious.
I was um I was 6 years old.
Wow.
I was 6 years old. I was really young, and I knew that basketball was something I wanted to do. Um, but once I got in middle school, that's when it got real. When I got in middle school, and I seen just, the things, some of the amazing things just that I was doing on the floor, and that was natural. Really hadn't had serious training. I trained with my dad, of course, but the training, the serious trainings at the time.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was just all just natural instincts. Everything was just natural for me.
So once you had that figured out, it was like, that I'm the coldest girl in the city. Did did you ever just that was your mentality? Did you feel like you're the best player in the state, in the city, and all of that?
Yeah, for me, I just, first of all, first and foremost, like I never doubted nobody. My mentality going into a practice or a game was just basically focusing on me. I just felt like, hey, if I'm not working, somebody is out working me, you know. And I just had that grit and grind mentality. I just wanted to be the best. I wanted to be a great basketball player. So I didn't let nothing get in my way, or I didn't let nothing stop me from doing that. So I just pretty much going into this game and just having that mentality like, hey, I got to get better every second because somebody is out there trying to get better than me. And that was just my mentality.
So while you was playing at Southwest Region 7, I played at Jackson State. So
Okay.
so as you playing at Southwest, going into Southwest, was that your whole mindset? I'm going to the league out of JUCO, or does that come about later on?
Well, actually, I knew I've always wanted to go to the league. Of course, me being me, like I'm just thinking, hey, I'm going to go to a 4-year college. Of course, I had my goal set to go to a 4-year college. Um, I've always wanted to play. Back then, my dream school was Tennessee. And then, of course, I met Coach Joy Lee McNellis from University of Memphis. So, as a matter of fact, before I went to Southwest, I signed with University of Memphis coming out of high
Okay.
school.
Okay.
So, what made me go to junior college was the fact that I got pregnant.
Okay. Okay.
So, it was basically like, hey, my future was, planned to be something else, but God had a different role for me to take.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what made me ended up going to Southwest, and after having my son. So my plans always been to be a WNBA player, of course. That was always my dream. I just didn't know that it was going to happen that fast.
Okay. So talk about that. How was that being a mother and a basketball player? That's like, I know a lot of women out there are doing that, but let's talk about your journey as a mother and getting ready for the draft and getting drafted and everything like that, and having training camps and games. How was that for you?
It was different being a full-time mother and doing something I love as well. But it was also a push for me because I knew who I was doing it for. So the work ethic that I had made it a little easier. And then the fact that I had my son, it was just okay. It was a no-brainer. I knew what it took. I knew what I had to do, and and I had the support system as well. So for me, just having the mentality that I have on top of the support system, it worked for me. And it was convenient for me as well. Having my mother, having my grandmother, people like that by my side 24/7, it just kind of made my job a little easier. But I had my son at school with me. I had my son at practice with me. I had my son everywhere with me. So nothing really stopped me, from getting unfocused or in the classroom or on the court. So just by me having my son with me, like I said, just gave me that extra push. But I had the support system on the side. So
Okay, so your first round pick number 8 to the Houston Comets, right?
correct.
So what is that first day like in training camp with Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, and all those other WNBA greats?
I knew I had to bring it. I had to
Was you
bring it. And
starstruck a little bit though?
huh?
Was you starstruck a little bit?
I was because Houston Comets was my favorite WNBA team when I was coming up. I watched Houston Comets all the time. I watched Cheryl Swoops all the time. She was the reason why I wore jersey number 22 in middle school and high school because I looked up to Cheryl Swoops. And the fact that I'm sitting in a locker room right next to Cheryl Swoops, she's my teammate. It was just, man, like I said, all of it was definitely mind blowing. I was definitely starstruck, but um that's just right there gave me motivation even more, you know. I'm just like, wow. And then on top of that, I was the youngest in the league, you know what I mean? So just being around those type of veterans and they giving me the knowledge that was given to them, and they really embracing me and helping me every day, man, that was like really really perfect for me, like coming in as a rookie, you know. Sometimes, you know, going in as a rookie, you really don't know what to expect. You really don't know, because at the end of, but to have those type of veterans by your side and helping you, you know, throughout the process, man, it was a blessing for me. So I just always want to take the time out to thank Tina Thompson and thank Tamika Dixon and Cynthia Cooper, you know, for really helping me, you know, along the way.
So what is one thing that your favorite player, Cheryl Swoops, said to you that stuck with you even now, this has stuck with you throughout these years?
Well, it's it's hard to say because um we really didn't talk much. Um, I would say that Tina Thompson was the one that really gave me, you know, more encouraging words and
Well,
motivation.
she's a Hall of Famer too, so whatever it's
Yeah,
like.
yeah. So I mean, like the main thing that, you know, that just stuck with me, you know what I mean, just, you know, coming in and being consistent, you know. That was the main thing, never getting too comfortable and always being consistent. So that just kind of stuck with me, you know, throughout the my career, you know what I mean? And it makes sense, you know what I mean? Never getting too comfortable, okay? Never getting too comfortable means, hey, you know, I'm not satisfied with my game. Like, it's always room to get better. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Don't get the big head, you know, always work hard. And, you know, staying consistent is, hey, if this is what you're doing, whatever you is good at, or, you know, whatever, you know, your strengths or whatever the case may be consistent in that, and make it your best and to the best of your ability, you know. So that just, you know, kind of stuck with me, and those are the type of things that I tell my girls right to this day. You know, don't get too comfortable, stay consistent, you know. So that really stuck with me throughout my career, for
Okay.
sure.
So like I as a former player in the WNBA, and you seeing the current status of the WNBA or style of the WNBA, what's the difference? What do you see any difference?
um I mean, it's fast, like it's a fast pace, you know what I mean? Stronger, you know, quicker, like, you know, everything, you know, is just a totally different ball game. It's a real
Is the talent level better now than it was back then, you think?
no. I mean, the generation, this, I mean, the generation is different, but I would say like the talent, like they are good, but I just feel like it was back then you had more players with with heart, that grit and grind, you know what I mean? That hardcore, that hard nosed basketball, you know what I mean? Um it was harder back then to me. That's just the way I feel. I mean, I can't relate now because I'm not out there with those girls, but just by seeing, I know it's different, you know, from back then. So back then, you definitely had to bring it every practice, every game. Like it was never a day off. Like never.
Well, you know, you sounded like one of those old vets. Like, you know how in the NBA, how they talk about this generation softer than that generation. You pretty much saying that without saying it, but you know, I understand that, and I agree. I agree. Like, I think the skill set might be just a tad bit better, but
Yeah.
the heart, that dog,
Yeah.
that that every night I'm gonna go at you type mentality.
Yeah, I mean, because that's all we like the skill set now is better because they have the extra
Training.
training and
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to get it out the mud.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Yeah, for
So we
sure.
didn't really have, you know, I was at the park. I was making crates with the clothes hangers. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I had my thinking cap on, just trying to figure out something. But now, this generation, now you can go to this person and train. You can go to that person and train. You can go here. Like they have all type of, you know, trainers now to
Yeah.
help, you know, the generation with the skill set. So
Yeah. So, life after the WNBA. I've seen that you're actually coaching now. How long have you
yes,
been coaching?
I've been coaching since 2016.
Okay. And have you removed the player in you? Because you know, I used to, I coach. I just recently retired from coaching this past June.
Okay.
And when I first started, I still had the player in me. So it was a lot of, man, I wouldn't have did that. Man, when I played, I had to let that die. I had to actually kill the player inside of me. So is that, and I noticed, and we're going to talk about that too. You're still currently playing, but so how is that as a coach with that
It's
the player mentality and the coach mentality?
man, it's tough because you know I would look at certain things like you said. I would look at certain things, and I'm like, the best way for me to explain it is like just you know use myself as an example. You know, and I use myself as an example all the time with my girls,
Yeah,
and I just be like, when I was playing, I made my opponent work for everything. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't get nothing easy. You know, just like little basic things. You know what I mean? Like when I was playing, I wouldn't let this girl just come up in here and just make a layup without her feeling me. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I'm just trying to give them that dog mentality for
yeah,
the most part. You know
yeah,
what
for
I mean?
sure, for sure.
That's you know because you know and you know one of the main things I stress to them is I'm going to hit first before I let somebody hit me. So I'm throwing the first punch.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like, you know, little terms like that, you know, that I just always use to help them and to motivate them and to make them see the bigger picture. You know what I mean? So it's tough for me. Like I said, it's still in me, and that player's still in me, and I feel like it's gonna be in me for a while. Because, but you know, being that coach now, and you know, the good part about being a head coach is that you can actually mold your players the way you want them to be.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for
You
sure,
know, so
sure.
that's just where I'm at now, and that's what I've been doing since 2016. You know, on top of developing my players as well. I'm that type of coach that I develop as well. I have
Yeah,
that patience. I understand. I can relate. I have the time. Like I get it. You know what I mean? So I want to develop my players on how they need to be on and off the court because I'm the perfect example. At the end of the day, I take care of business on the court and off the court. I'm a young lady. I carry myself in a professional manner at all times. So I'm just trying to mold my girls to be exactly like that and just playing hard and fight the whole game and playing every game like it's your last.
yeah.
So,
I always say it's two things you can't take away from a player, and that's the joy and confidence. So when they stop finding joy and fun in the game, and they don't have the confidence, you're not doing your job as a coach. As a coach, you have to make sure that your players maintain that they're having
Right.
fun and that they're confident, not only on the court but off the court.
Right.
So that's very important. That's very so.
Very.
Have you coached the next Ashley Shields yet? Or
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I'm looking for the next Ashley Shields for sure. I'm praying that she comes. So, but you know, I do have a lot of players that with a lot of potential and that's really special in their own way. You know, they might not be an Ashley Shields, but you know, like I tell them all the time, make a name for yourself. Make a name for yourself, and one thing about it, you know, we don't care about the points in the book. We don't care about that. You know what I mean? That's what I always tell them. You want your name to be remembered forever. You know what I mean? So you want to care, you want to make that name for yourself, and you want to carry that name, and you want that name to go a long way. So, but you know, they understand and they get it, you know, and I'm real and raw with my girls. So I don't sugarcoat anything at all.
yeah. So let's talk about the She Got Game League, right? So the last week I saw a highlight. You crossed. Woo, woo. Now, before we talk about the league, um, do you have to get on the court sometimes with your players, show them a little bit, like, look, y'all doing too much stuff. Let me show y'all something. You ever do that?
I do. I do. Definitely do. Definitely. Yeah. It's only right.
You have to. You have to. Let me
Have
bring
to.
y'all down a little bit. Let me
You
bring y'all
have
down.
to. Yeah. Cause like they would get it twisted. Like, okay, they look at coaches, like, okay, we got coaches, but like when I got back home, it was like, I know Ashley Shields. I heard of Ashley Shields, but I really don't know what Ashley Shields can do.
Yeah.
So like they were hearing me, you know, they were hearing me out as far as what I was saying and how I would coach. But the moment that they watched me on the floor and seen me play, it gave them definitely a different perspective. Like, wow, like our coach really do know what she's talking about and she's still playing.
Yeah.
And can really go. You get what I'm saying? So they like, why you won't go back to the league? Go back to the league. Just go back to the league. So it's just like, you know, for me, like, I don't have nothing else to prove. You know, I'm on to my next chapter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's giving it back to you
Yeah.
guys. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So right now, for She Got Game, of course, is just to bring something back home to the city, give back to the city, doing it for the youth. We're playing for a purpose to highlight women. Thanks to Celia Newman. She reached
For
out to
sure.
me about this a
Yeah.
while back.
Yeah.
And man, I'm glad that she came up with this ideal and reached out to me. And man, I wouldn't change it for the world. So we really needed something like this in Memphis. And now we have it, and it's really growing and it's really getting better. And we've been having a crowd every Sunday. It's been packed, and it's really bringing back old memories, like when I was in high school or college, you know. So now it's really giving people a chance to see who Ashley Shields really is.
So, so you don't ever get that itch because you're still kind of young. You're still young. You're still young. So the She Got Game League, like that. Mm, have you thought about it at least? Like, okay, let me do a couple of maybe another year or something in the league just to, and then let me try it. Like, have it ever crossed your mind? Any?
I mean, I miss it. Don't get me wrong. Like it always crossed my mind,
Do
you
you
know.
do you attack? Do you go in with the mindset at the She Got Game League like you did when you was playing in college in the WNBA?
Yeah, because that's all I know. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like I told Cece when she first came to me about this league. I said if I'm going to lace up, I'm going to lace up. Like hands down. Like regardless of what type of league is it. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm the face of She Got Game, so I got to bring it. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So and like I said, you know, I'm reminding people all over again who I am. So I'm at the point, I'm at the stage now where I'm really, it's a go. Like I'm playing. Like I'm only 35 years old. Yes, I still got years under my belt, but it's like I got every got a championship in the WNBA, got 5 championships overseas, got every award you can name, every like I got everything, you know what I mean? So it's like now I'm just playing for fun. I'm just playing for my city. I'm just, doing what I love because this is still my passion. And like I said, I'm giving back to the youth. Like I'm doing this for them so we're the leaders here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
for
they need
sure.
somebody to look up to. So this is why I'm going so hard and still playing because I have 3 years left. So I've always said at 38, I wanted to retire. Well, I'm going to retire here. I'm going to retire from home. You know what I mean? So we're trying to really make something big here at home. Like we want a WNBA team here. We want a semi-pro league here. And it starts with me. You get what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel. And we're bringing this back. And, so I'm playing hard and I'm going hard for my city so we can bring it back. And it's only right.
Yeah, and for you all to get a WNBA team in Memphis, you have to be out there in the forefront. You have to be.
I would
You
even
have
I
to
would
be
I mean
in
it
some.
depends on how soon. It depends on how soon.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm 38 and then all of a sudden we get a WNBA team, like I'm fine with that because I would either be a coach or a GM. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
In some
That
capacity, you got to be involved.
right, I
You
will
have
be
to be
involved
involved.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So that's what this is about. I'm playing the way I'm playing now to build for the future. To
So
give them that opportunity. You know what I
how
mean?
many teams is in the She Got Game League?
It's 6 teams now.
16. And
And
y'all
in
expand each year?
March we will have up to 10 teams in March.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's definitely growing.
So it's a lot of women hoopers in Memphis like that?
And
And
fine women too. We look good out there too. Shout out to my girls and She Got Gang. We coming in
yeah,
fun
shout
and
out.
looking
She
good.
Got Game, man.
And balling
That's
on the court. Balling, yeah.
that's
So
cool. That's cool. Like I think that's great, man. And like I said, you set the bar high for women's basketball coming out of Memphis, Tennessee. Period. Like it wasn't too many women that was doing the things that you was doing,
I agree.
and your accomplishments and stuff. I have to salute that and just continue to push forward for women's basketball. In any capacity that you're in, you can be great with it. I'm sure you're gonna bring that mentality that you had on the court. You know, in coaching and
Yeah.
instilling that into your young ladies. What school are you coaching at?
I'm coaching at Arlington High School here in
Arlington High
Memphis.
School. Okay, so there's going to be a season, even though with COVID and everything.
Yes, we're having a season. We're private municipal, so
Okay.
we're having
Okay.
a season. Yes.
Okay. Well, I just want to wish you all the luck this
Thank you.
season. I
Thank you.
appreciate you coming and sharing with us for the Soul Project show. And like I told Cece, whatever it is that I can do with my organization to promote and push the brand, I'll be a part of that. Any type of sponsorships, we can talk offline and talk about that as well, man. But
Okay.
continue to do what you do. Salute you, Queen.
Thank you for having me.
No
Always.
problem. I appreciate you. So, again, like I said, we'll talk offline and we can talk about that business stuff. But thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me once again.
All right. Salute.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yo, that was the legend, the great Ashley Shields. I mean, when you think about women's basketball out of Memphis, Tennessee, out of the state of Tennessee, you have to mention her. She's was probably one of, if not the best to ever come out of this state. And I know that's broad. That's a broad statement to make, but legit, that might be, yeah. She's the reason why these young ladies are really wanting to play basketball seriously, because she was just that great. But I know this is Election Tuesday. Didn't want to hold everybody too long, but I do appreciate you all being a part of the Soul Project show today. If you haven't voted, I guess the polls are still closed, or they're about to close, whatever. People go vote, 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 vote. Continue to pray. Tell God to keep us covered. However the outcome, the person at the White House isn't the person that controls your house or is covering your house. God is covering your house. Just remember that. Shout out to all my sponsors: Fade Dog Barbershop, Handles and Buckets, Teelan Athletics, JA Sports Performance, Books and Ball, Dijon Boutique. Shout out to the partnerships: NCRC, Nashville Conflict Resolution Center, the Jessica Kern Foundation, the Fleet Company, everybody who support O.L.L.I E. Thank you so much. Shout out to my co-founder, Dred. Shout out to Shay. Shout out to everybody that support. O.L.L.I is still available online. O.L.L.I.E.LifeYouthProgram.org, Amazon Books, Apple Books. Go online, check it out. We have our 10th annual Turkey Drive. If you're in the Nashville, surrounding Nashville area, and you know of a family or you may need assistance for Thanksgiving, we want to adopt 125 families. The O.L.L.I Life program, with the partnership that we have with all these great organizations, we're adopting 125 families. So please go onto our website and go to the help page. Click on the help page, fill out the application, and submit it. If you need assistance for Thanksgiving, we will provide you with Thanksgiving meal. We have 125 families that we want to bless. Help me be a blessing to you or someone that you may know. Go onto the website, O.L.L.I.E.LifeYouthProgram.org, click the help button, fill out the application. We want to serve 125 families for Thanksgiving. Just, hey, we're doing God's work, and that's what He sent us to do, to bless other people. That's the biggest form of payment for us at O.L.L.I and all the organizations that we rock with. We base our success off how many people we're able to bless. So with that being said, log on. If you know anybody that need help for Thanksgiving, go on to the website, click the help button, and we'll get it moving. Thank you again for everybody tuning in. Thank you to Miss Ashley Shields for jumping on. Appreciate you so much. Salute. We out of here. Remember, choose love over hate. Hate is too heavy of a burden to carry. Just love, people. Live life to love. I'm out. Peace.